This is RTP180.
I'm going to be talking about just three things: Cary, drugs, and baseball. And hopefully by the time I'm finished, you'll see that there is a connection between the three of them. Cary, North Carolina has an opioid problem. If you don't believe me, talk to our mayor. He has said on numerous occasions that one of his top priorities as mayor is combating the opioid issue in Cary. Part of that is coming from last year we had 46 overdoses in the city limits. You know, the concerning part about that is that that was a 135% increase over last year. You know, unfortunately, we're not alone. Nationally, over 64,000 people have died from overdoses in 2016. And closer to home, there are 4 out of the top 20 cities of misused opioids are right here in North Carolina. So we have an issue here. And the problem is, when you look deeper, public health officials are really fighting this epidemic with their arm behind their back. Because when you look at the data sets that they are forced to use in developing programs, you see that they're reactive, number of overdose deaths. They're static. It takes 6 months to a year to get an autopsy to see what substance was responsible for the death. And then when you do get that, it's over a geographic area, and then we tell people, okay, go forth and develop programs. You know, it just makes it very difficult to develop dynamic, effective programs with this sort of data. So this is where, thanks. So this is where baseball comes into play. You know, 20 years ago, a guy named Billy Beane was a general manager for the Oakland Athletics. And he introduced data analytics to baseball. And it changed just about every aspect of baseball. We're working on a project that we hope will do the same for public health arena. Now, Cary is partnering with an MIT innovation spinoff that has developed a unique way to sample wastewater that yields, we can go to the next slide, that yields the number of doses per day per 1,000 people for the following substances. Now, you go to the next slide. Now, that's important, but just as important, their collection style has made it possible to collect it from smaller areas, places that have maybe 4,000 to 5,000 people in it, and that we would know the unique boundary of where we were taking the sample from. So now we can go and throw demographics, because we know that. We can use social, economic, land use, and other parameters in addition to the chemical analysis to get a clear overall picture of what's going on in that particular area. And then you multiply that by 10, 15, 20 places around the state, and that's really something that people can use. The next one. So, you know, there is a reason why my managers on baseball teams coach from the dugout as opposed to the Goodyear blimp. And Billy Beane was famous for saying that better data yields better insights, which means more wins. You know, the vision that we have with our project that we're trying to implement is better data yields better insights, yields more lives saved. And final one. And now this comes to you and you in this room. You know, our goal is to place this data into some sort of open data platform where folks all over the country will be able to add, extract, and analyze to develop programs. Thing is, you know, what platform? How will all this work? You know, we are still working on just how this is going to come together. We haven't quite figured it out, but we could use your help. together, I believe that we can really make a difference with this project and with this on the opioid epidemic, not just in Cary, not just in North Carolina, but around the country. So thank you for your time.